Hello, everyone. I stumbled onto this article today. It says first human patient injected with revolutionary cancer-killing virus, May 22nd, 2022. Now, if you read this title, it looks like there's been this major breakthrough in cancer therapy. And these articles show up in the popular press every so often. And my patients read these and they are convinced that there is some cancer therapy that has occurred recently and that we're just unaware of it, and they're looking for this revolutionary cancer killing virus. So I went and followed the, the links, and the Yahoo page links to this article. And if you look at this, it says scientists have injected the first human patient with a new cancer killing virus. The virus known as vaccinia has been successful tests in animals. All right, so they're doing this trial and they talk about how this is amazing and how this is an oncolytic virus. And if you look at this link that they click right here, it goes to this, which is a press release. So this is a press release put out by the media consultant at City of Hope. City of Hope is a cancer treatment center and a research center. And they're doing this research, and as a good media person does, they do a press release to make their institution look good. And so they put out this press release, and the press release talks about this CF33 NNIS vaccinia virus. Now, I have a little problem with this name, the vaccinia virus. It makes you think that this is a vaccinia virus. There is a type of virus called a vaccinia virus. It's a little confusing that they're calling this a vaccinia virus when it is not a vaccinia virus. But anyways, they're talking about oncolytic therapy. They're going to start a phase 1 trial. And then you have to understand what a phase 1 trial is. A phase 1 trial basically is to look at safety of the drug. It doesn't tell you whether it works or not. It's just to see, does it cause any bad side effects in people. And so they're not even testing for how well it works. They've done tests in mice, and it shows that it works somewhat in mice. But there are millions of things that have worked in mice, and almost none of them work in people when they move it into people. All right. So this is their clinicaltrials.gov, lists all the clinical trials that are happening and have recently happened. If you look at this, it says they are not yet recruiting. They first posted this a few weeks ago, and then they tell you about what this is. And it is, in this one, they said the CF is a chimeric orthopox virus. An orthopox virus is in the family of viruses that causes smallpox, chickenpox, cowpox, and the monkeypox. The monkeypox has been in the news lately, so that's in that family of virus. And these viruses, they're lytic viruses. That means when they attack a cell, they will make copies of itself, and it bursts the cell to release the virus. The viruses don't bud off, they burst the cell. That's why they're called lytic viruses. So when they infect tumor cells, they are oncolytic. They pop the tumor cells. So it seems like a great idea, and they make it sound like this is some revolutionary new thing that's never been done before. However, when you look at this, oh, I looked up what this virus is, and when you look at it, I was wondering why a sodium iodide symporter would be useful in cancer therapy. It's actually the important thing is here, which they don't list in the clinical trial page, but it expresses an anti-PD-1 uh, L1 antibody. So what it does is it expresses something against the programmed death ligand, and this is a protein that helps cancers evade the immune system. So that's what they're thinking that this will do. And this is a paper where they used it in mice, and it seemed to work fairly well in mice, so they decided to go to a clinical trial. However, if you look at this here's a paper about oncolytic viral therapies back from 2005, and it says it has been 9 years since the beginning of the first clinical trial in which an oncolytic virus was administered. That means that the first oncolytic viruses were administered in 1996. So it's been over a quarter century that we've known about oncolytic viruses. So this thing saying that it's a revolutionary cancer-killing virus, it's a little bit misleading or a little bit optimistic. If you look at uh, some of these clinical trials, very few of these oncolytic, basically no oncolytic virus has been shown to be extremely effective in people, and that's why we haven't done it. They've done thousands of tests. They've tested this in like here's a review paper from 2020. They looked at 119 papers looking at 97 clinical trials on 3,233 patients of all kinds. And when you look at this, if you go right down to the bottom, this is their results of all the trials. If you look, there was 18 people that had a complete response. So 18 people, the oncolytic virus did work for them. And then 67 people had a partial response, 7 people had progressive disease, and 249 people, it did nothing for them. The disease stayed stable. And it wasn't like in all these trials, like one of them worked really well. It's like in all of them, it works for a few people in that trial. And the other thing that these popular press articles fail to mention is this: they make it seem like cancer is like one thing, that this virus will work for all cancers. But when you look at this, what are they testing it on? They're testing it on adults with metastatic or advanced solid tumors. So if you look carefully, let's see, they will talk about their criteria of which tumors they're gonna do. Okay, actually, they don't say exactly, but it has to be a solid tumor. So I think mostly they're targeting, because if you look at this, they were targeting pancreatic cancer. I think they're also targeting like melanoma and colon cancer as well. But it's not like for all cancers. Anyways, I just wanted to make a quick video talking about these kinds of articles, because these articles in the popular press are they are exciting, and they make people think that there are these new breakthroughs, and every once in a while there are breakthroughs in cancer therapy, but th this is very premature to be saying that this is a revolutionary cancer killing virus. It hasn't even started phase 1 trials yet. They don't even know if it's safe. Number two, many therapies make it to phase 1. Then you have to make it to phase 2, where you have to show a little bit of efficacy. Then you have to go to phase 3, where you have to show that it works better than the current treatments in a large amount of people. And that's where most of these trials fail. So if you look at this phase 3 trial, transgene's oncolytic virus halted for futility. This was back in 2019. Transgene had an oncolytic virus that looked very promising in phase 1 and phase 2 trials, and it worked great in mice. This is a story that's repeated over and over again. And then when they get to phase 3 trials, they realize it actually doesn't work any better than the current therapies. Um, and so these kinds of studies make people feel like there is this breakthrough that's going to happen right around the corner. But oncolytic viruses have been, we've been looking into them for over 25 years. It's not to say they don't work. It's just that we haven't found one that works great in a lot of people yet. But people are still working on it. It may still happen. I mean, it's pretty unlikely that this particular oncolytic virus is going to be the one amongst the hundreds that they've tried in the past, but maybe it will be. But it's in phase 1 trials. If something goes through phase 3 trials and shows superiority over current treatments, that's when they should be writing articles like this, not when the phase 1 trial is just starting. Okay, so I hope that makes sense and it gives you some context to understand how these kinds of articles in the popular press are being written. I think they're just being written off of press releases like this, and they just kind of parrot back the press release and put in some nice looking pictures and give a nice, exciting sounding title. But until they show something that shows phase 3 trials superiority to current treatments, it's not really a thing. And once something becomes better in a phase 3 trial over current treatments, every doctor will know about it. Everyone. It will be huge news. And every doctor that treats cancer will know about it. So it's very unlikely that some reporter of some popular press media outlet is going to know some information that your cancer doctor does not know yet.